Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. So far, we talked about who we are and what made us that way. So the next logical question is, can we change? We have sayings like, I'm set in my ways. I'm too old to change. That really limits us. These are limiting beliefs. If you believe that you can't change, then you won't. You need to want to change and believe that you can in order to change. And yes, absolutely, you can change. Even science supports that. In their book, Daniel Siegel, a professor in neuropsychiatry, and Tina Payne Brinson, who is a psychotherapist and a parenting expert, wrote in their book, The Whole Brain Child, and I read, the way integration actually takes place is fascinating, and it's something that most people aren't aware of. In recent years, scientists have developed brain scanning technology that allows researchers to study the brains in ways that were never before possible. This new technology has confirmed much of what we previously believed about the brain. However, one of the surprises that has shaken the very foundation of neuroscience is the discovery that the brain is actually plastic or moldable. This means that the brain physically changes throughout the course of our lives, not just in childhood, as we previously assumed. What molds our brain? Experience. Even into old age, our experiences actually change the physical structure of the brain. When we undergo an experience, our brain cells, called neurons, become active or fire. When neurons fire together, they grow new connections between them. Over time, the connections that result from firing lead to rewiring in the brain. This is incredibly exciting news. It means that we aren't held captive for the rest of our lives by the way our brain works at this moment. We can actually rewire it so that we can be healthier and happier. This is true not only for children and adolescents, but also for each of us across the lifespan. This is a great book, by the way, and it's one of my favorites for parenting. We've got scientists providing us with strategies to nurture children's developing minds. So really, it can't get any better than this. So yes, our brains are moldable. We can change. How do we change, you might ask? Well, let me tell you about Marisa Peer's 4 rules of the mind. By the way, Marisa Peer is the founder of Rapid Transformational Therapy. She's the #1 therapist in the UK. She has helped hundreds and thousands of people using her method, and she teaches her method to help even more people. And I studied with her to become a Rapid Transformational Therapy practitioner. She's amazing. Really, check her out. So yalla, back to the rules of the mind. Rule #1 is that your mind does what it thinks you want it to do. Its job is to keep you alive. So it does everything it can to move you away from pain and towards pleasure. And it's wired to find out what is causing you pain and to avoid it at all cost. Do you know how it finds out what you don't want? It's by listening to your words and your thoughts and really the pictures that you make in your head. We'll talk about this more in rule #2. So when you want to do something towards your goals, let's say, but you're actually subconsciously afraid of failure, it will make you procrastinate. When you want to say something during a meeting, but you think it will be discouraged or criticized or made fun of, it will cause your heart rate to go up and make you sweat, or really anything to just simply stop you from participating. When you have to present in a meeting while you hate public speaking, and everybody has like a fear of public speaking really, and you don't like being the center of attention, then it will give you a tummy ache or make you sick so that you don't go to work that day. Do you see how powerful your mind is? It affects and influences your body. That's because it responds to the words you say, whether to yourself or out loud, and to the pictures that you make in your head. And this is rule number 2. Your mind responds to the words you say and the pictures you make in your head. But the good news is you can control your thoughts. You can tell yourself things like, I'm going to finish it so fast, when you have a task that you're just, dreading and you're just pushing it away and you're procrastinating. It's so easy. Just tell yourself anything that will make you do the work. I love being creative, or I love being detailed, depending on what the work actually requires. You can say things like, everyone is going to love my idea, when you want to participate in a meeting, for example, or in front of a crowd. You can also say, so what if they didn't like this one? It doesn't mean that it's not good. And truly, if one person doesn't like your idea, that doesn't mean that it's not good. It's just their opinion. And probably other people think that it is good, but they just did not speak up. You can say things like, it's going to be a great day, when you think you have a long day ahead. It's going to be a productive day, when you're feeling lazy. It will pass so fast, when you just want to reach the weekend. Now, of course, this is easier said than done. Because, rule number 3, your mind loves what's familiar and hates what's unfamiliar. Which means it will stick to the old habits even if they are bad ones or ones that do not serve you. But the good news is that you can make the familiar unfamiliar and the unfamiliar familiar. How? One might ask. Well, rule number 4 is your mind learns through repetition. There is a complex interconnected neural network within our brains that allows information to travel at great speed. So imagine it as the complex road infrastructure in Dubai. You've got the 6-lane highways, the 3-lane ones, the 2 and the 1. And you've got the desert that no one has walked through. Our usual thoughts always travel through the same connection, which made it a 6-lane highway. Because the more you think a specific thought, the stronger the connection gets. Now, this could be something like your first response towards something that happens. For example, reacting with anger when someone makes a mistake or something unexpected happens. Now, if you wanted to change your reaction of anger to a reaction of understanding, for example, the first time will be very tough. You will not even remember to take that route because you are used to taking the 6-lane route you usually take is faster. But the time after that, you might remember halfway through screaming at someone. But bit by bit, you remember earlier and earlier. So you need to be patient with yourself. Many times we self-sabotage. We go like, oh, I tried to change and it didn't work. But you didn't really give it a chance. You need to be patient and to try again and again and again. You've been doing something for so many years already. So you can't expect to change just like that. So please be patient with yourself. And when you do take that route, it's going to be tough because it's unfamiliar. It's as tough as walking through the desert or a jungle because there is no road for a speedy car to go through. But the more you walk it, the more walkable it will get. And then you will invest in that road because you take it a lot. So you will just lay the asphalt and eventually you'll have some lights and everything. And eventually it will become a 6-lane road and the old 6-lane road will be deserted because you are no longer using it. This is how new thoughts, feelings, beliefs, behaviors, and habits are formed. Your mind needs at least 21 days to form a new habit. And we use all this neuroscience in RTT, in rapid transformational therapy, to help people become the people they want to be and overcome anything that is holding them back. I'll do an episode on RTT later on to tell you more about it. But that's it for me today. Just remember, you can change if you want to. Give yourself some grace. You need patience in order to change. And tell the people around you as well, give me a chance. I'm trying to change. It will take time. Because sometimes people's feedback discourage us when they go like, oh, you said you're gonna change, but you didn't. But everything needs time. We need to be patient with each other. So I hope that this episode motivated you to change and to become the person that you want to be, because you're more than capable to become that person, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. Yalla, see you next time.